Greetings fellow gamers and simmers, this is Small Archangel and welcome to another Sims 4 Get to Work gameplay video. This time I've decided to concentrate more on the retail aspect of the expansion, which means setting up a shop of whatever kind you like, pretty much really. We can sell anything we like in the game, collectibles, harvestables, anything that your sim has made or crafted, and anything that you can obtain via the buy mode, the buy menu as well. So anyone who's played Open for Business, which was an expansion of The Sims 2, will be familiar with this concept. It's very similar to that really. So you set up shop somewhere, you can buy an empty lot and build on it, you can buy an existing lot and either demolish what's there already or use what's there. I mean, if we choose for example one of these houses, we can actually change lot type into pretty much anything. Finalise your change how to go to build mode. So I'm not going to do that right now, but what I'm not sure of, because I haven't tried it, is if you change a house into retail, will it make you remove all the beds and so to disallow you from effectively living there? Quite possibly, I'm not entirely sure. One thing I do know for sure is that the game is not supposed to allow you to set up business from home, and that's the main restriction that I've come across so far. Otherwise, I say, seems to be pretty flexible with lots of possibilities. So we can set up a shop anywhere within this world, any of the neighbourhoods, or in any of the other worlds that we have available to us, with the exception of the destination world. We've only got one of those at the moment, Granite Falls, which shipped with Outdoor Retreat, but we can set up a shop in Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, or Magnolia Promenade, which is the new neighbourhood that's shipped with the game. It's fairly small, as you can see, and it's dedicated to retail. Now I say retail, but you could, if you wanted, set up a cafe too. With new baking skill, you could set up a cafe, and that's something else that I would like to try at some point. But it all works in roughly the same way, so far as I can make out. When you get the game, these three lots here are occupied with these EA-built shops. We have a general emporium here, we have a clothing store here, and then I believe this building here actually houses several shops in one. But you can buy any of these. If you have the simoleons, you can buy any of these outlets and use those yourselves. You can have one business per household, and I tend to have one business per se, because that means that I can use this lot here, which was empty, build whatever I like on there, just tailor-made to my Sims and their skill set and what they want to do, and use that, and then it's just custom built for the purpose. And you can see here what I've made is the design mill, which is a gallery based on an old mill building basically. So and obviously I've made a gallery for my artist sim to hang her paintings in there, so it's just meant to be that little bit sort of funky. Okay, so if we go back to the home world, we're going to jump into some gameplay and check it out. Now my sim needs to buy the lot in question and start trading. The sim we're going to be using today is Lola Grogan, with her easy to spot pink hair. Anybody who watched the series I did on the Asylum challenge, Lola Grogan was from that series, but a little bit more on her later on. For now, let's go and meet her in her home. Welcome to the Bohemian trailer here in Oasis Springs. For anyone who saw my Sims 4 Asylum challenge series, you'll be familiar with Lola, and basically quite a lot of game time has elapsed since I bust her out of the asylum. And I did it without any cheating, but boy, it took such a long time that I was losing the will to live myself by the end of it, so I didn't actually bother to video the whole thing. But I did get her out by the intended method of making her achieve her lifetime ambition, and so she's on to a new aspiration now, as you can see. She's also, I moved her into this trailer here, which I built myself. and there's another trailer over there, but this one I built myself, so I could customize it as I wanted. And as I say, it's a Bohemian trailer. I wanted to decorate it suitable for an aspiring artist, which is what Lola is. She has actually managed to reach the top of her career, master of the reel and the painting branch, and she's actually even managed to obtain one pay rise as well in the intervening time. So she's actually doing pretty well. And here's the trailer. As you can see, it's not a bad size space and very, very artistic. We've got all of her career reward objects here, all helping her out and making sure that she's really nice and inspired when she's doing her painting. Now, she only actually works 2 days a week, Monday and Thursday, and she worked yesterday. So actually, because of that, she has the freedom, and we're just going to get her to pick up that painting. She has the freedom to clean the sink, to get a business as well as continuing with her career. And I just think it would be quite a shame to give up her career at this point when she's doing so well at it. And also the fact that she has this income of 502 simoleons an hour and more if she managed to get some more pay rises, means that if her business flops, she has the initial capital to put into the business, and if it's a flop, it's not a major disaster because she has the funds to support it while she learns what it takes to keep a shop running. So without further ado, let's get her to purchase her business. So as we've seen, I've already built it. So in the mobile phone tab, you can do this via a computer as well. We buy a retail store like this. And this works pretty much like buying a house or moving house. So you be sent out into the neighbourhoods, as we will be now. And you pick the appropriate one. You can buy anything you like, and it actually gives you the option furnished, unfurnished, or bulldoze lot. Now obviously we're going to just buy it furnished because it's as I intend to use it. And once we click on that, we buy the lot and go to the lot as well. We are, and as soon as we get to our store, to our shop, we have to transfer funds from our household funds to the retail store. So you need to make sure you've got not just enough to buy the store initially, but enough to manage to transfer a bit of a float through to it as well. So the default amount here is 2,500, but given I've got 20,000 in my family bank account, I'm actually going to up that to 5,000. There are various reasons why we need that. We have operating costs to deal with, but the main thing we have to do, and I will show you that in a moment when we're ready to open, is we have to buy advertising to make sure we actually get people coming to our new shop. Now I have set up, and I'm just going to get her to do a little painting while we set up shop here, because we've got nothing set for sale at the moment, but I have set up, again with all her career reward objects, a little studio in the back of the shop. Now for some reason the floor has gone a bit weird, so I'm just going to fix that because that's going to bug me if I don't. I did have all these facing in the same direction. It doesn't cost me anything to just change those around, so there we go. Okay, so it's basically, this is, I call it the design mill because, as you can see from the roof there, it's got a bit of an industrial feel to it, because it's an old mill or factory or warehouse building which has been taken over, so it's got that nice kind of industrial feel to it. And I've built it with the high walls because this shop doesn't have any shelves in it whatsoever, because the merchandise we're going to be selling is, of course, paintings. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to hang some of these paintings on the walls to sell. Now, Lola has done, in preparation for this, lots of paintings of various sizes. Now these are small ones and they're medium ones. We need the small ones first, I think. I'm just going to drag these onto the walls, and we're going to take full advantage of the fact that we can put all these canvases up, and you don't have to frame them, but I think they look better. They've got the black in the decor, so it kind of works well to do that. You put several on the same wall space, which means we've got plenty of room to display our wares. And then we've got some medium ones as well. There's a couple of other places we're going to put small ones here as well. I've got the same painting twice there, so I will keep one of those in reserve for restocking, although you don't have to restock that way. There's you have a bit of a choice, really. The initial, I think she seems to have finished there. We'll just get her to pick that up. Where are we? There we are. And then we can add that here as well. Now we've got some big paintings, so we're going to put these up. Basically, first off, that's pretty. First time we go about doing this is going to be the one that takes the time, really. After this, you can just hit restock and call it good. Although, obviously it costs, so you have to make sure that, you know, it is more cost effective to paint your own paintings because it doesn't cost you anything other than the time and the price of a canvas. You're likely to make more profit that way, so long as your sim has the time to do the paintings. So this one here, throw me as well, and then I think we're on to the medium ones. You can name them. I'm not going to bother with that because they're not going on my walls. That one looks a little bit terrible. I don't think I'll put that one up there. I'll put that one and I'll put that one. Okay. Alright, and then we'll have some medium ones up here too. I like that one with the donuts actually. I quite like that in my trailer. I might just have to... We can of course do a copy. But it would cost the exact value of that, so it would actually cost her 4,500 to make a copy of that. So it's actually more cost effective to just keep spamming and waiting for yeah, I'm not too keen on that one either, so I just being particular about this. There we go, frame canvas, and I think we're about done. Oh no, I missed here. The more we put up, the more stuff we've got to sell, and the less likely it is that we're going to get, you know, we're going to run out of stock. So, this is good. Okay, we're going to sell that one because we don't have another one to do. Okay, now she's just messing with her tablet. Fine, that's whatever, we'll just leave her to do that. So we've got an extra tab on the end of our mood kind of bar here, our information bar, which tells us about our shop. So it's closed, so you can interact with the shop itself here, so you can open and close it from here. And most of these interactions are also available via the till, so you can do everything via the till as well. So we can transfer retail funds here, we can buy perk points. It's going to be quite a while before we actually earn some of these. I think this is I haven't got far enough to find out yet, to be honest, but I think we earn these perk points by sales, sheer number of sales. And of course we haven't made a single simoleon, so we need to open up the shop. But before we do that, we're going to need to go around and set all of our items for sale. Again, you only need to do this the one time. Lola's managed to fulfill one of her own whims there, which is she probably wanted to talk to herself. She likes to talk to herself. She's still got that insane trait. Set for sale. Okay, there's a lot of masterpieces here. She's very good at creating masterpieces these days, but whether she'll get value from one of them all, I don't know. Okay, you don't have to have speakers on your lot either. Again, all of this stuff is built and chosen by me, so I just like to have a bit of music, and I just thought it'd be quite nice to have a bit of ambience for my clientele. Set for sale, yes. So again, this takes a little while, but unless you set an item for sale, no one is going to buy it because they won't realise that it's for sale. Okay, we nearly got there now. Oh my, these must be the last ones here. So I think I probably won't bother with putting more paintings. Have I done? I've done, there we go. I probably won't bother putting any more in here, but what I will do is I will just enable the emotional aura on all of these reward objects. Oh no, that doesn't have one, does it? These do though. Because that means that my sim will be good and inspired as soon as she walks in there. I haven't got all the career reward objects, but I've got quite a few. Okay, so now the next thing we really need to do, we need to purchase some advertising. There's various forms we can have here, and obviously the more money you spend, kind of the better it is. Long-term web campaign will give us a good big spike to start with, and then but it will tail off after about a week, I think, is how it works. And then TV ad will, I think all of these last for about a week, so we'll just go for long-term ad campaign there on the internet. And so we'll get her doing that. And then the other thing we need to do is look at store prices. So we've got, like you had in Open for Business, various markups here. So clearance and sale and normal, pricey, exorbitant. It will be a fool to start a shop at exorbitant prices. Now don't wander off, dear. You're going to open the store now. I don't know what she's doing wandering off outside. So there we go. We get some information there about our ad campaign. Okay, and we can transfer retail funds here. We can set employee uniforms and manage employees if we have any, which we don't. And to be honest, I'm going to try and manage without them because apparently they're a bit of a pain at the moment. She's off outside again. Okay, so our store's open, but to start with, I generally find that nobody sort of really turns up. In fact, I can't see a single sim. Oh no, there's one over there. So we'll hope that the word will get out, our ad campaign will work, and sims will flood in to look at our gallery, because it's looking kind of more like the business now. Okay, she's not doing a lot there. I might just get her to do another painting while she's at it, because she's just wasting time fiddling about there and it's not very professional. So I put the studio there so that if nobody came in... Oh, I think we have our first visitors. Welcome to the launch party, guys. I should have got her to do another music, another painting, because that is terrible. It's not a masterpiece, but these two are pretty awful. And the other thing we can do, we can actually interact directly with our customers. So we'll get her to stop doing that now. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. The Grim Reaper just walked into my shop. This is a launch party for my new gallery. I'm not sure if I really wanted Grimmy to show up there. That is incredible. Okay, so I've got to greet death, right? And what else do we have? We have a whole new retail option here where we can discuss shopping preferences with death and find out what the Grim Reaper really likes to buy when he's on the town. So yeah, it's interesting. So this is a good way of making friends as well, I guess, but really spamming these kind of interactions is a good way of making a bit of a better relationship with your customers, a bit of a better reputation for your shop, and getting them to fill up these purchase bars above their heads, which again, if you're familiar with Open for Business, you'll probably remember those purchase bars. Once they're filled, basically your customers are ready to buy. And Death's enjoying the music here. He's obviously an alternative fan. Okay, so suggest options. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. So the more you interact with your customers, the more options open up. So you can enthuse about your own store. Customer. Grim Reaper's a young adult. That's interesting. Okay, I've never really looked before. Offer information. yeah, so there's a whole load of stuff that we can do there. We can use about our own shop, but this is looking quite like a party now. Looks like Death is nearly ready to buy. That's endorsed products. Well, endorsing my own products might be a bit like blowing my own trumpet, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Ask customer to leave would be a little bit rude. I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to greet some other customers as well. I don't want to, you know, play favourites here, but the Grim Reaper! You know, maybe I can buy myself a little bit more time for my sim. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. The bars, I don't know if it's a glitch, but they don't show all the time. So yeah, I'm not sure whether they. Sometimes a sim will kind of they'll fill up the bar, and the bar will just disappear completely before they fill it. So it's very difficult to judge how ready these guys are to buy. I've got an absolute shop full here, and so far nobody's putting their money where their mouth is. Got Eliza Pancakes over there. Might just have to greet Eliza Pancakes as well there. Bring her into this discussion. Because if everybody here made a purchase, it'd be a pretty good opening day. I'd be happy with that. Perhaps not. Okay, I'm going to greet all of these guys. Just seems like a good idea. What on earth is the Grim Reaper doing now? He's really rocking his funky stuff or something. But I think he's going to buy something. Look at this. What kind of paintings does the Grim Reaper? Yeah, he really is. So now he's my first customer, and he's decided he's going to buy one of these things here. So immediately as somebody decides they're going to buy something, you really need to stop your sim from doing what they're doing. And this is the other reason why. Yo, Lola, get over there. Oh, she needs the toilet. Well, that's tough. And somebody else has decided they want to buy as well. But this little icon above their head means that they're waiting to be rung up, which you don't do via the till. You can kind of wander around the shop, which is quite cool with a gallery. That seems kind of the way you probably do it. But you have to be careful because that will quite quickly turn red. They really don't like to wait for that long. And your sim does take quite a long time to ring them up. So I'm not sure if my other customer, I'm not sure if I'll get there in time. I'm not sure Lola will get to me. Yeah, you see, that's gone red. So the Grim Reaper's just purchased a small painting for 1,222 simoleons. That's not bad. Okay, so we managed to catch Annie Berger before she walked out of my shop in disgust. And this is a good thing. I'm gonna get her to go to the toilet before anything else happens here. The Grim Reaper has left, so maybe the other customers are going to be a little bit more chilled out now. Maybe they'll feel a bit more like, they're at home rather than awaiting the size to fall. Okay, so Annie just purchased a million painting for 2,479. So if nobody else buys a single thing, we have made 2 sales at least. Now, have we greeted these customers here? Yeah, not all of them, no. So I like to have the personal touch. I'll get Lola to greet her customers. Every one of them is valued, including the children, which is interesting. Okay, and we might do a little bit of not quite a hard sell here. These guys. Answering questions. And this dude in the hat here. He's quite buff, isn't he? My goodness me. Okay, there we go. We'll hope we'll make a couple more sales before my sim sort of is, she's getting quite hungry and quite tired now. Oh, there we go. we have a customer to ring up here. So you pretty much have to cancel what your sim's doing, drop everything and run over to do that straight away. And I usually find they come in twos, so some other sim will probably, just be typical, decide they want ringing up at the same time. Doesn't look like it actually, but as I say, sometimes these progress bars are kind of invisible, so you never can tell. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple more of these, and then I'm going to have to send my sim home because she's getting a bit fed up now. She's quite hungry. I didn't bring any food with me. I am thinking maybe of putting something in this area here. If I'm not going to sell paintings from this room here, you see, there's nothing here to bring Sims in. I might put some kind of comfort station or something for her, some way of eating. There we go. Another 1,000 or so. So she's just going a little bit special there, like she does sometimes. Answer some questions and stuff, and we'll see if we can make another sale today. Now, the other thing we're going to have to do, of course, is some restocking. Now, you've got two, you can see where things are out. If you've got shelves, then you get a little shelf-mounted thing. But there's two options on these sides. You can remove the sign altogether if you want to move that object to somewhere else or not, leave that space empty, or you can restock the items. So what I can do, I've got a choice really, given that I have some paintings in my inventory. I can get Lola to remove the sign, at which point I can put another in its place. The only downside of that, of course, being that I then have to set it for sale again. Okay, and then the other thing that I can do, of course, I can literally get my sim to restock it. And it tells you when you want to restock exactly how much it's going to cost. And this is slightly a weird way of going about it in a gallery, because the realistic thing to do is to have to paint a painting all over again, rather than suddenly magically appearing a perfect exact replica which is worth exactly the same to the to the simoleon. So that's slightly strange really, but there you go. So who is it? There's a couple of these guys who are right, okay, we think we've got at least one who's ready to buy here. Yeah, we've got two more customers to buy, so oh gosh. Unfortunately restocking takes ages as well, so oh my gosh, and another one. Okay, all of a sudden they're all coming at once, so we might just get to the point. Yeah, I think he's going to leave. Yeah, he's going to leave it off. Yeah, there you go. He's decided he can't be bothered. Right, where is my other? Oh, there he is. There's the one over there, so I'm going to get to him before he goes, I hope. Excellent. And I've got a couple of others who might possibly, but the one who I didn't get to him in time, they're not that patient, especially since they say I'm ready when you are kind of thing. It's like, yeah, but I was doing stuff. Okay, so we've got a bit more restocking to do, but basically, unless somebody else wants to be rung up, oh, yeah, and Eliza Pancakes obviously made her choice. It's very inconvenient because it's coming like it's 2, 3 in the morning, so that's, So yeah, it's awkward because how do you ever leave really? It's quite tricky to close your shop before your sim passes out on the floor. And there's another one who actually wants ringing up now. So, but you really don't want to throw the simoleons away, so you kind of, there we go. And I think if you close the shop when somebody's wanting to be rung up, they just leave. You don't get the chance to ring them up at all. So if I get the chance after this, I think we're just going to have to say, yeah, she's really tired now, so we're going to close the store now. Oh no, another one. That's unfortunate. You know what, I'll just do this one first, because go, do it, and then we're going to close the store. So otherwise she's literally just going to pass out in her own shop, which will be very, very embarrassing indeed. Oh no, there's another one. You know what, she's going to be here all night, and she has already been here all night actually. There, so we're just going to have to close it and ignore the ones who want to buy. Okay, so then at the end of the working day, we've been over 12 hours. No, she's tired, that's a long shift. She sold 8 items. And out of this profit of 11,344, which isn't bad for an opening day, she owes 0 simoleons wages. That's of course another reason to not have any employees. And then restocking costs 1,983. Of course, that was the one painting that she did replace, using the restock option. If you replace paintings with one your sim had already done, it doesn't cost you a penny. So if you really are starting out and you don't even have the nest egg that Lola does have, or if, like me, you're a bit of Puritanist really, you just think, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to just magically appear paintings out of nowhere, then yeah, you can just remove that label and put up another painting that you've done and keep the shops, sort of stock like that, which is what I will probably do with Lola, to be honest, because it just feels weird to do that any other way for an artist. Okay, so there we go. So in our first day, we've made 9,361 profit, which is pretty cool, actually. So now they're all going to go. I'm going to just leave all of these because my sim is literally falling down tired. But yeah, so we could take on some... oh, look at that lip wobble. Go home, Lola. We could take on some employees, but as I say, I'm reluctant to do so because I have heard recently that they're very hit and miss. They have good way to clip through the pavement there. That's great. Yeah, they're very hit and miss. They have a real slacking problem at the moment. I'm hoping that the EA managed to fix that at some point. But I'm really liking this neighbourhood here. It's kind of you've got the big city kind of in the background in that direction, and some housing and residential over there, and it's just really quite pretty. And if I just stick it on pause, because otherwise she'll drag us out of here, we can take a look at the wider neighbourhood, which isn't that big. As I say, we've got a dock here, we've got fishing spots around the joint as well. There's one just there. We've got a park where there's nodes around as well for collecting. And you've got sort of, I think there's a barbecue area somewhere, there's a chess table. You've got your other shops here as well. I think this shop here actually is a multiple shop, so there's various different shops in there. I haven't really had a look. And then a little children's play area and things. So, is that the barbecue area? No, it's not, but there is one. Oh, there it is, look there. Okay, so yeah, it's actually, really quite a pretty place, and sort of bigger than it looks like on the map, though obviously this is just scenery stuff over there. So yeah, pretty cool. So we've survived our first day in the retail business, and I think it's gone pretty well, but I think probably Lola is going to have to invest in more advertising to keep up the numbers coming to her shop, which, as long as she makes enough profit, that's going to be all right. And maybe she'll end up with enough of a reputation and exclusive enough that she can put her prices up to pricey or even exorbitant, but she's going to need a pretty good rep before she can justify doing that. So there we go. That's my first real look at the retail businesses in Get to Work, and I think I'm going to carry on from here. I'm probably going to set up some more little businesses with some of my other Sims. It's a shame that's the only lot that's empty around here that you can build on. As I say, you can destroy the other shops and build on them, but I'd rather not do that myself. So I'm going to have to do this per save. You can only own one business per family anyway, per household, but if you use a whole different save each time, then you've always got this empty lot to build on. I mean, it's a limited size, of course, as well, but it's big enough probably, unless you want to move into one of the other ones. But yeah, so you can have a grocer maybe, or a sculptor, or a collector, or anything you can think of really. You can make a department store for selling furniture. So yeah, the possibilities are pretty cool. Oh, and with new baking skill, of course, you can open up a bakery and a cafe, which that might be worth exploring as well. Actually, I might have to try that one out. I did think I was going to set Lola up as a photographer, but actually the photography kind of the screen and the object is absolutely immense and wouldn't fit inside this shop. So I think really struggle to do that, in point of fact. I might try it out later on, but I just wanted to open a gallery first, because that would mean if I did that I would have to start her all over again pretty much with the photography skill, and obviously she's maxed out with the painting. Then it's the first skill she maxed out, and she doesn't know how to hold a camera the right way up at the moment. So anyway, so there we go. So we're going to let poor old Lola go home and get some shut-eye, and it looks like she's going to fall asleep in her dinner as well. She's going to fall asleep in her dinner or wake up because she's too darn hungry to sleep. So tough choice for Lola. Okay guys, well, I'm glad you watched this video today, and I hope you liked it. Hit the like button if you did, and check out some of my other videos, and yeah, maybe check out the Asylum challenge as well, where we first met Lola. See how far she's come since then. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.